Hi Aquarius, welcome to your bi-weekly readings. I'll still be doing bi-weeklies at least during the month of December because it's a very crazy time of the year and I want to keep the channel as updated as possible. And so like last time, I'll still doing a Celtic Cross reading to give a little bit more insight about the possible experiences and energies you may be experiencing during this time. Like always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading. Take what it feels right and with what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. If you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. So, Aquarius, let's see. It's interesting because your reading, it begins with cups and it ends with cups. So it seems like emotions, your emotional self, your feelings, your intuition, your dreams, your imaginative side could be very highlighted during this time as as a gateway, as a key to endure and understand at a deeper level the experiences you are going through, which in my opinion have to do with air, so your own element with communications and the way you have been communicating and the way you have been allowing yourself to express yourself in a clear, concise way. So maybe you have been having, coming from the recent past, you have the Eight of Wands reversed. So you have been having some type of issues surrounding communication, surrounding getting your message across and being understood clearly and being receiving, listening and talking as equally as balanced as the communication should be. So maybe you were expecting some type of news that it didn't receive. Maybe you experienced some type of delays on those news, on those improvements you were hoping to see. Maybe you are waiting for someone to contact you and they didn't, or you contacted someone and didn't get a response. So there's a lot of energy surrounding the use of communication or the misuse of communication and needing to clarify misunderstandings in terms of how you put your message out there. And so there's a lot of swords cards as well for you. And I believe it's funny again because you have here every element. So you have cups, you have swords, you have pentacles, and you have wands. But the predominant one is swords and cups. And so in the current position, you have the Ten of Cups crossed by the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. So you are wanting to experience some type of emotional conclusion, emotional cementation and structure and finalization of a cycle in terms of your relationships, in terms of your family life, in terms of how you connect with others, in terms of how emotionally you feel satisfied, and you're wanting to get there. You want to get there fast, and you want to get things done in terms of putting your happiness together, not only with you but with others around you. And it seems that again you will need to communicate something about this. You will need to move forward to express whatever you have been withholding in your mind. It's like you are rushing into interpreting whatever you recently become aware of and recently discovered. And so the Knight of Swords, it's really this storm coming in and just shaking up everything and waking up everybody to the stagnant places that may be around them. So either someone threatens some circumstance threatens your security, your emotional security, your need to be with your family, your need to be with your loved ones, and feeling content with that, or you yourself are fighting against this possibility to just lay on your happiness and enjoy the company of the ones you love, and enjoy the emotional abundance that you receive out of this. Maybe you are restless. Maybe this doesn't satisfy you, or you don't feel this satisfy you enough. Maybe you feel misunderstood by your family. You feel misunderstood by your friends. You feel misunderstood by your loved ones, and so you feel this restless energy and this need to just say things out of your mouth in a very immediate and sometimes tempt to, I don't know how to say this word, and sometimes very how do you say, tumultuous way. And so it's like you need to find a balance here. Definitely balance is also part of the picture. You have justice card coming in the future position, so you need to find a balance between in being very fair and very harmonious about the way you choose to use your mind, to use your abilities to communicate and get the words across. Because again, in the recent past with the Eight of Wands, you felt like you weren't understood, the message didn't come across, and you got tired of that, and now you just want to push it forward and say all that you couldn't or you didn't in the past. But sometimes when we overdo things, we say things we don't mean, we end up we end up misusing or overusing the power of our mind and our words. And words, yes, cut deeper than swords, and that's why swords are associated with words and with communication, because we need to be very mindful of this power that so many times we undervalue, because it really gets into your space, and it's hard sometimes to forget how those words made an imprint on you. So you could find restless situations around family, restless situations about your relationships, or just what you used to give you emotional security and emotional satisfaction, and now you're feeling that it isn't enough. There's things that need to be put out and make fair and just again. This could also be related with decisions that you are in the process of making, that are also making you feel this need between being on your space, deciding, analyzing, trying to understand, make sense of it, or rushing and just doing and just making a choice out of your impulsive behavior. And so, really, there's a lot of emphasis here on, again, understanding the use of your mind, understanding how you are using it, how you want to keep using it, how you want to say things, how we want to communicate, how you want to express out your love, how you want to express your real needs in terms of emotional satisfaction, which it's what you're deep down looking for. And so you have in the future position coming in the next weeks the Justice card, the only major arcana here. So it's very predominant. And it's funny because in the position of yourself you have the Queen of Swords. And these two cards are very, very, very similar. Again, the use of your mind, the sharpness of your mind, communicating your truth, sometimes being very judgmental and having a lot of morality conditioning in your mind about what is right, what is wrong, what people should do and what people shouldn't do. So be mindful of the places where your mind is too square. Keep things in balance. Don't put this code of morality over everything. Try to understand if those values and that morality is deeply in resonance with your authentic self and the way you truly feel and the way you truly think and the way you truly believe. Fairness, equality, right and wrong should be or ought to be. And so you could be very with these two cards together, you could feel more and more this deep need to just protect yourself, protect your heart, protect your emotions, keep yourself very in the place of the use of the mind of the judge, like the judge type of energy, where you cut the bullshit out and you say what you want to say, and sometimes you can be very blunt and say things that might hurt, even though they are truth or they are in the connection with your own truth. But be aware that, again, be aware of what you're saying if you really, really, really believe what you're saying, and if you really, really mean what you're saying. This could also be related to the fact that there's something you want to happen in your environment. There's someone you want to reach in your environment. There's some situation in your relationships and the people around you, the circumstances around you, that you want to make it active, make it happen, um, make it beside you, and you feel like the environment around you has been dormant. You feel like uh, the things that used to happen, the situations that used to happen, the people you used to meet, the places you used to go, all that type of circumstances of your daily life, um, suddenly everything was like this, in this frozen state, in this coma state, and you get restless. What is going on? Why I'm not finding what I used to find some time ago in these places, in these people, in this situation. So you are very again, sometimes feeding this sense of restlessness because you want to keep things active. And you also have the Knight of Wands here. You want to keep things active, you want to push forward, you want to move forward, you want to act, you want to go in the path of your desires and your impulses, and it seems like no matter what you do, people are sleeping. The situations are stagnant and in this, again, coma state where you really don't know what to do to shake them up. And maybe that's why you feel this need to rush in with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, because you want things to move, even if it means you will have to make a storm out of it. You are very in this feeling of just seeing things in action, even sometimes, again, not understanding the consequences that may arise out of that. And that's why you have the Justice in the future to come. Because be aware of your actions right now, because every single thing you do, every single thing you say, it's gonna come back to you in a very equal way. What I mean is not like you do something wrong and karma will hit you and that type of energy. It's more like we always have to pay a price for what we do and what we say. And so it doesn't matter if we are doing a good action or immature action or a bad action. We know that when we make something and we put something out there, you will receive that energy back, because it's just how life flows. It all is about energy of give and take. So give and receive. So be mindful of what you are giving, the messages you are giving, the feelings you are giving, the intentions, the thoughts you are giving, whatever you are putting out there. Justice will make it fair. Justice will make it balanced. Justice will make it divinely just. This is why justice is seen as a very cold, detached heart, but actually she is what the definition and the archetype of justice in our legal systems should be, which is about being completely impartial and fair and putting things in balance. Understanding that every single thing should have the same weight on the scales. This is how we should strive to live in balance, in harmony, understanding the polarities, dualities, the other side of the coin. And justice understands that. So be mindful of the places in your life where you are imbalanced, of things you do out of the sake of doing, not really thinking about the consequences or the prices you will pay for that, and then feeling very abandoned by the universe or God or life or whatever you believe, not seeing that you put the seed of intention on the situation that came back to you. So justice always advises you. Number one, make fair decisions. Number two, watch out the way you are talking. Watch out what you are doing that is promoting these imbalances in your life. And always be mindful of what you put out there will come back to you. And so if you are trying your best to keep things in balance, if you're trying your best to make things fair, to give equally to yourself and to others, to compromise justly, to understand, to again to talk and to listen in the same amount, you will get back the rewards out of it. But also, it's really dependent on the decisions you are pondering to make, because in the hopes and fears you have the Two of Swords, which again is a little bit like the Justice card, and then in the outcome you have the Queen of Cups. So you are afraid to get out of the state of denial and just compromise and just choose and just understand the need and the duality behind this division and this split in your mind that you are feeling. And so the Two of Swords is really about choices, but choices that implement the other part, choices that implement the other side of the issue. Again, very resonant with the Justice. The Two of Swords is a card that talks about compromise, understanding how you can find a middle ground, how you can find a middle way to meet each other, or to meet and join two circumstances and act upon a choice made in that way, in a way that you keep things um, as harmonious and equal as possible. Because this could be related to a relationship, a person in your life. This could be related to two different ways of thinking, two different beliefs that suddenly converge with each other, and you don't know how to merge them, how to make them, how to blend them. And so you are very in the state, in this fearful state of not really knowing how to blend again justly these two type of thoughts, or this two type of circumstances, or these two people, or this relationship, or this situation that really calls to your heart. Because the Two of Swords is protecting her heart. She wants to decide upon her mind, she wants to decide upon her logic, because she's afraid of putting her heart in the line and getting hurt. And so ending up with the Queen of Cups, the outcome is probably you are very in this withdrawn space. At the end of this time, you will be very withdrawn, very intuitive, very emotional, and very into the space of feelings, trying to again get the answers of how to implement and compromise this situation. This could be a relationship with the Ten of Cups in the beginning and ending with the Queen of Cups. It's like there's someone that really calls to your heart, or there's the situation that you are looking almost obsessively to try to understand it and to know what to do. And this really calls upon your heart, but you are scared of opening it. You are scared to let the swords down and allow yourself to understand the meaning of this experience to you, because maybe you were hurt in the past, or maybe you learned that being in your mind is much more effective and safe. And so, really, these weeks are kind of weird, actually. You will feel very again split and conflicted between your rational mindset and your emotional self, and you will be drawn more to go into your rational self. Of course, you are air sign, it's easier for you to tap into that place, but be mindful of what you're saying, what you're doing. Be mindful of your real needs. Be mindful of where you let yourself be controlled by your thoughts, your dogmas, your old conditioning, old type of beliefs about relationships, about emotion, about family, about what satisfies you at a deep level. Sometimes Aquarius forgets the needs of the water element, which is the bonding. It's all great to be a genius. It's all great to have a great detached mind and don't really uh, be be overthrown by emotions as easily as others. But you close in this mountain of ice your energy. And what this creates is really crystallized spaces within you that don't allow emotions to flow free. And what happens when emotions are frozen and cold and really stagnant in one place is this heavy burden and this inability to connect and this inability to share your genius mind to others in a way that it makes sense out of them. This is why science and spirituality apparently are so divergent and apparently have a hard time finding a middle ground because both don't understand that actually they are the side of the same coin. And so there's not one thing without the other, and it's just about joining forces. It's about finding, again, the justice, a middle ground, a compromise, a way to blend in, a way to negotiate, a way to find, a way to respect the other side and actually being inspired by it and how that other side can help promote more understanding. And so it's a little bit like the Libra archetype. So if you have Libra in your own chart, if you know a little bit of the Libra energies or people around you with Libra energies, that can be great for you to watch and understand because even though they are air sign and so you can quite match with their own way of thinking, they also don't forget because they are ruled by Venus. They don't forget the space in their hearts that allows them to compromise and to listen to others and to respect others and to join forces with others to bring them more stimulation and at the same time more growth. And so you are in a time of opening up this space of your emotional self to be a little bit more into your heart and using your mind in the right way. Again, not drowning yourself in the ocean of emotions, don't losing track of that beautiful, creative, visionary mind, but at the same time, not being so harsh sometimes with yourself, especially about this decision you are trying to make about this emotional situation. So I talked a lot. I'm sorry for that. I wish you a very, very, very blessed Christmas if you do celebrate Christmas. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.